Hi everyone, today we're going to be going through a 2020 election matchup between Donald Trump, the Republican, and Joe Biden, the Democrat. And today we'll be taking a look at what is Joe Biden's best possible 2020 match. So obviously we're not gonna, just because we're doing a Joe Biden best case scenario, we're not gonna have Wyoming go to Biden, because that would just be crazy. And also in the Trump video, we're obviously not gonna have California go to Trump. What we're going to do is the best realistic scenario for Joe Biden in the 2020 election. So let's go ahead, and I think we'll start off with all the states that Hillary Clinton was able to pick up in 2016, because that could give us a good starting point as to where Joe Biden could improve off her map. Alright, let's just go ahead and take a look at all these different states. Hillary Clinton won all of these. New Hampshire, New York, most of Maine, and Illinois brings us to 232. Right, now let's go ahead and give Trump some states that we know he's going to end up winning. So, Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, most of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas. We'll put Missouri in there because I don't think there's much of a chance. We'll take out Missouri out just for now, but we will come back to Missouri. Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina we'll put there as well. Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, and we'll add in Missouri as well. Alright, so right now Donald Trump is at 119, and no, I did not forget to color in Alaska or Montana, and Joe Biden is at 232. So with these two states, Montana and Alaska, let's just start off with those because I think they're still going to go Trump, even in a potential Biden best case scenario. And my reasoning for that is just because these states have voted statewide for some Democrats, namely Montana, and actually the Senate race and congressional race and governor's race in Alaska can often be quite close, and they are close this election. That doesn't mean on the presidential level they just vote for Republicans. So overall on the presidential level they almost always vote for the Republicans, and I don't expect that to change for Donald Trump. Now let's go ahead and pick off some low-hanging fruit for Biden. So out of these states, the easiest to take is probably, let's start off with Michigan and Pennsylvania. These were two states Trump won in 2016. In a Biden best case scenario, he's definitely going to win those two states. Moving on to the next two states that I think are the next easiest for Biden to win, that is Wisconsin and Arizona. So originally I had Wisconsin is harder to win than Arizona, but the polling has sort of moved around a bit, and now Wisconsin probably slightly easier than Arizona. So both of these, and if I color all the rest of these red, this is actually my current 2020 prediction. Arizona flips, Wisconsin flips, Michigan flips, Pennsylvania flips, and that's it. But excuse me, in the state of Arizona, I mean, right now, the polling's, I think it's sort of tightening a bit, but at the end of the day, I still expect Biden to hold on to Arizona, or I guess pick it up from 2016, but there's definitely a chance in a Trump best case scenario, Trump could easily take Arizona, he could easily take Wisconsin and other states as well. And perhaps we'll be doing that tomorrow in terms of a Trump best case scenario, but right now, let's go ahead and take a look at Arizona and Wisconsin, where both of these states, I mean, in a Biden best case scenario, definitely could flip to Biden. Now let's go ahead. Out of these states, the next easiest for Biden to flip is probably that 2nd district in the state of Nebraska. I think that if Biden is able to pull off this could, I guess you could say, if Biden puts some energy into this race, you could help down ballot candidates in the congressional race there, the Kara Eastman-Don Bacon race, and obviously that could help a Democratic pickup, possibly to offset the Oklahoma loss, they're likely to lose the Kendra Horn seat in Oklahoma 5. Even in a Democratic wave, that was a bit of an outlier, so that could balance that out and try and sort of keep the Democrats about the same amount of seats as they have right now. But the second congressional district in Nebraska, I mean, Obama took it in '08. Definitely Biden could take it again. I think right now I would lean at Trump, but definitely in a best case for Biden, I could see Joe Biden taking that. The next best state, I think, for Biden would be the state of Florida. Now, conventional wisdom around this sort of time says, let's just see if we can, there we go. Sorry, it just froze for a bit there. But conventional wisdom would say that, the Democrats, Florida's always a bit close, but recently it's always sort of gone to the Republicans. I believe Democrats have not won a statewide election there since 2012. In terms of a presidential, senate, or governor race, they might have won down ballot attorney general, treasurer, for example. But Florida right now, in the best case, I could definitely see it going Biden. The momentum right now is with Biden. Definitely a state that could flip to go to Joe Biden. Next up, I think the next easiest state for Biden to take is probably North Carolina. So North Carolina is a very interesting one. It's sort of a swing state. Obama took it in '08. He lost it in 2012. And Trump won it in 2016. But, I mean, they've got a Democratic governor, Democratic attorney general. Definitely a state the Democrats should keep their eye on if they want to take back the White House. So I think definitely North Carolina could be a possibility that could definitely go to the former vice president. Moving on, in a best case scenario, I could see the state of Georgia also moving towards the Democrats. 16 electoral votes, definitely could see it going in a Democratic column. Now, here is the big twist. And the next thing would probably be that second district. That's going to be a bit of a stretch, but with that down ballot congressional race, I mean, there could be sort of an up ballot effect where people going out to vote for Jared Golden also tick the box for the former vice president. But the second district of Maine, I see Joe Biden taking that. Alright, so now out of these three sort of more lean red states, Texas, Iowa, and Ohio, what state do I think is the easiest for the Democrats to flip? And this may be very surprising to some folks, but I'm going to say Texas would be the next easiest state for the Democrats to take. And, some people say Iowa and Ohio, but I've seen some of the polling. Right now, the RCP average is a statistical tie in Texas. Trump's leading in Georgia, but it's a tie in Texas. And I think Trump's going to win less in Georgia than in Texas. But, I mean, it's in a Biden landslide, you could see Texas turning blue. I'm not saying Texas is going to turn blue. I'm just saying in a landslide, Texas definitely could turn blue. Moving on, out of Iowa and Ohio, I mean, they're both sort of more red states, sorry. It's sort of hard to know. Iowa has a interesting Senate race going on, and all four of their congressional districts are competitive this year. So you could have people going out to vote. So some people who might be Biden supporters who otherwise would stay home, Biden's going to win anyway. But if they're going to be voting for Democrats in the congressional races and in that Senate race, you could see yet another up ballot effect in the state of Iowa. So I'm going to say Iowa slightly. It's going to load for us. Let's just wait for it. There we go. Iowa slightly more Democratic than Ohio, but I mean both are going to be quite a stretch for Joe Biden to take. But that's it for today's video, guys. Again, this isn't my prediction. This is just the best case scenario for Biden. 413 for Biden, 125 for Donald Trump. So this would be the biggest landslide since Ronald Reagan, I believe. I believe this would be, yeah, probably the biggest landslide since Reagan. But that's it for today's video, guys. I'll be coming back with another one with what is Trump's best case scenario, what is Trump's path of least resistance to take the presidency. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching and good night.